So, first of all, I want to state that this is one of the smartest questions that somebody can ask when they're looking at getting a bird. Ask what the cons are. Everybody will tell you what wonderful animals birds are. I'll happily expound on the virtues of having birds as pets. But what a lot of social media videos don't show are, in fact, the cons of these animals. And full disclosure, I'm a cockatoo person. I love cockatoos. They are my favorite species. I think that they're wonderful. I think they're hilarious. They've got immense personalities. They're fantastic, fantastic birds. They are also the #1 rehomed bird species. And they're #1 rehomed for many good reasons. One of the first cons that comes to mind for a cockatoo is the noise level. They're freaking loud. They're loud. So loud. My cockatoo is a Triton sulfur-crested cockatoo. And there are many, many different types of cockatoos out there. You've got your larger ones, like a sulfur-crested, like an umbrella, like a Moluccan. You've got your smaller ones, like a Corella, a bare-eyed cockatoo, a galah cockatoo. They all have very different personalities, even though they are all part of the same umbrella of cockatoo. Just talking about my more in-depth experience with a sulfur-crested. When Isadora gets going, she's insane. She's absolutely insane. She flips upside down, flaps, and screams to the point where my Apple Watch will pick up on it and give me warnings regarding the decibel levels. The highest decibel levels that I have seen with her are in the range of standing next to a speaker at a concert. They are in the jet engine range. They are loud, loud birds. And while some might be quieter than others, as you can see right now, Isadora back here, she's being quiet at the moment. It is not always like this. And actually, for this particular video, I kind of wish she would make some noise because that would be a little bit more convenient for me. But she's loud. Another con immediately off the top of my head, toys. They go through toys like you would not believe. They chew on everything. If it is wood, it's gone. Your door frames, your window frames, your windowsill, your baseboards, your walls, they're gone. You might as well just count it out and be prepared for the cost of house repairs when having a cockatoo. And while that is true for most birds, I think a cockatoo can do a great deal more damage than, say a cockatiel. Another con as far as the toys go and how quickly they go through them, the cost of toys. Toys are freaking expensive. Bird toys in general are expensive, but the larger the toy, the larger the bill for it. And while there are some workarounds, for Isadora, for example, one of the things that I found that works for her is getting blocks of wood from Lowe's or Home Depot or any home improvement store like that. They have untreated wood studs that they can cut down into blocks for you. And I drill a hole into those and mount those to the side of her cage, and she goes crazy for them. Absolutely shreds them down to the bolt. Another thing to look at as far as a cockatoo goes, the amount and price of food. A smaller bird obviously goes through food a lot less quickly than a larger bird does. And because it is a larger piece of food, the 4-pound bag that you're going to get is not going to last nearly as long as 4 pounds of a smaller size pellet. And the better the brand, the more expensive the food is. So that's definitely something to look at as well. Another con, the space. The amount of space that they take up. So the size cage that Isadora is in, this is called a Borneo 2 cage. It's from exoticnutrition.com. It is a fantastic cage for her. A lot of cockatoos it won't work for because the bars are very thin. If she were a bird to chew on or bite the bars of her cage, she would break those in a heartbeat. Absolutely just snap them to pieces. But thankfully, my particular bird is not a bar biter, but it is a large cage and it does take up a great deal of space. Another con, I would say the amount of time requirement that they require from you. They need so much time and attention because they are emotional and needy birds. They're not always cuddly emotional. Sometimes they're not. She's not a cuddle bug. But they are in need of your attention hours per day. At least 4 hours, and that is a bare minimum. It really is. And the amount of intelligence that they also have, you're looking at toddler level intelligence, and then give that toddler a weapon. The beak on the face, absolutely a weapon. When they get upset because they don't always have the words to tell you, they're going to bite. And that is another con. They bite hard, and it is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Another con to look at, vet prices, obviously. An exotic vet is already expensive. An avian certified vet is even more expensive. And that is what you are going to need for your bird, is an avian certified vet. So that way they are more aware of the health conditions that a cockatoo might have. Otherwise, they're good birds. They're messy, terribly messy. But if you have any other birds, such as myself, I've got 6 other birds, I've got 6 birds total. So adding her mess to the rest of them, everything's always a mess anyways. But yeah, really, like the number one reason that they're rehomed is the amount of noise that they make and the amount of time that they require. And that is why I don't generally always recommend a cockatoo to a person as a pet, just because they are so much. They are so much. And again, I say that as somebody who adores cockatoos. Hopefully that helps.